Okay, sorry about that.
Are you already back on?
Yeah, it's sausage, and it's still saying custom, but I don't know why.
Did you go completely out?
Okay, it's not showing anybody's on there yet. Hi, Mary Ann. Anyway, I think that we forgot. Linda normally creates the events. I know how to do it, but I'm just, she's just usually the one who does it. So she might not have created an event. People might not even know that we were coming on.
Well, they should.
But anyway, starting where I left off, I'm cooking this 4 pounds of sausage. And I cut up a whole onion, and I'll show you that in a minute. I'm gonna get my spatula. It's something about this flat spatula. I can chop that meat up into small pieces, and that's what it's my fault. I should have created an event. I know how to do it. I'm just accustomed to Linda doing it. So I thought about it yesterday, and then I forgot to ask her if she did. So.
Hi, Peter.
Thank y'all for being so kind to come back on. I want this sausage all done before I mix it all together. So I'm chopping.
Can you scoot the camera back a little bit?
Back?
Well, I'm just saying to make it a dialogue show, you're going to need to have room for 2 people.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, come on. We'll move the camera. This recipe has 3 sticks of butter. That's 1.5 cups. And that is what I sauteed my onions in. And the recipe says to cook the sausage in with the butter and all that. And I did not want that oil from this sausage in my butter, because I'm not going to use the oil. I'm going to remove this sausage when it gets done. But I'm chopping it up in kind of, like you would if you was making sausage gravy. You might supposed to leave it big. It didn't say, big pieces of sausage.
Charlene said that there was an event created that she saw it.
Okay. Well, I don't know what it is. I didn't do anything different to the when I started on here, but they're still just showing the 6 people. So I don't know what that means. It shows on my camera as custom, but I didn't touch anything that I don't normally touch. Okay. I don't know. So Lisa, you had the live event all the time. Okay, well, just maybe they're watching somebody else. Maybe people, or maybe our followers has a doctor's appointment or whatever. It's okay. We're gonna get this. We're gonna go with the ones that is on today.
Well, it ain't right. For one of the reasons is because it says 7, and I can see more than 7 names in the comments.
Yeah.
There's at least 30 names of people commenting.
Maybe so Facebook is not giving us enough of space. It's because there are so many people cooking during these holidays, until maybe Facebook is just limiting the space. I don't know. But I'm going to cook this sausage till it's done. In the recipe, it says cook at 15 to 20 minutes, which it depends on how fast you're cooking it. You need to cook the sausage through. So I will read the instructions.
That's what, okay, David Stevens says, I had to go to your page to see this. It is not coming across my news feed like normal. That's what I was telling
Facebook.
you. that it was not
Yeah.
in my news feed.
Right.
I can go to your page and
Yeah.
find you,
Okay.
but it's not just automatically
Okay.
coming to my news feed like it normally is.
Yeah,
And
that's
that
Facebook.
I'm almost sure has to do with the custom. Whatever you did,
I didn't do anything.
well,
but what
something got changed.
Yeah. Hey, you few people that are on here, we'll just,
There's more people than what it's saying.
yeah. It's okay. I'm going to cook it whether anybody joins me or not.
Right? Hey, someone wants to know, Lynn Atwood is saying, what size pan of cornbread is Mary talking about?
I made a 10-inch pan of cornbread in a 10-inch cast iron pan. A 10-inch. That's what it was. And I crumbled 3/4 of that up. I may put the whole pan in there. The recipe did not specify how big of a pan of cornbread. So, I'll go over it again. When I'm doing a recipe for the first time, it's hard for me to tell y'all exactly before, without me have already done it. So, I think this is about to be done. And I'm going to switch pans.
Hi, Peter. Hi, Matthew.
All right, Carla. I need your help, please.
Okay.
I'm going
Wait,
to
what are you doing?
take that big pan of meat and put it on the other side over there. Now, I'll get the camera closer to show you. This is 3 sticks of butter and 1 whole onion chopped. Now I'm going to add 1/3 a cup of olive oil. That's what I'm saying. This is a rich dress.
It just jumped up to 300.
Did it?
Yeah. Facebook is playing catch up
Yeah,
today.
yeah. So that, in with this is a rich dressing. I mean, it's not called a dressing. I have never made anything but my cornbread dressing before, but I'm going to go ahead and do it just like the recipe says. So, celery, it calls for, I think, let's see, how much celery does it call for? Calls for 1.5 cups. This is not 1.5 cups. Celery. Y'all know I don't like celery. So what I done is I cut it in little bitty pieces and I covered the pan with water and I cooked it with some celery seed for 1 hour until now it's just mush. So now I'm going to put that in here. Instead of sauteing my celery, I cooked it till it was mush. Now,
Thank you, Betsy.
now let's get this over where they can see it. Now I'm going to take this meat and I'm going to use a slotted spoon. I don't want that oil from that sausage in here. I'm going to turn my burner down. All of this is done. I'm just trying to mix it. So, I'm going to get that pan a little bit closer to me. But I don't want that. I don't want that sausage grease in my dressing. And it didn't tell you that in that recipe. And you know, people who are not cooks, Carla, they don't know this. You know?
Me?
So, you know, it's just, that is why our cookbook, it tells you, and the way we cook, we tell you these things. Because you don't know, if you're not a cook, you don't know these things. But you don't want all that sausage grease in here. At least I don't. They might have wanted it in there, but I'm not. This might not make as much stuffing as what I thought. But I'm not through adding stuff to it, so. imagine smoked sausage. I can kind of understand the hot sausage and the sage sausage. I can kind of
This
understand
is a
it.
very meaty dish.
It is. Very. I got the skillet kind of tilted where the oil will go down. These are big skillets that I've cooked this in. I started out in the big skillet, and then I said, you know what? I'm not going to mix this. But anyway, that butter flavor I want, but not that sausage grease.
Hi, Lisa. I had the best time. Can I talk about that?
Yeah. You talking about Lisa Griffin? Is that who you talking about? Yeah.
I don't know if
Is
we
she
can
on there?
fix that. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Lisa.
Said-
Sorry I didn't
Hey.
get to come. Yeah, Carla talking.
We had a Pinky Maws friends and family reunion, and Judy hosted it at her mansion house. And we got to meet some people in her family, and Mike and Mary, of course, was there, and Les and Linda and Judy and Lisa and her husband. It was so fun. Beautiful spread of food. I mean, it was amazing. And really good conversation. These people are so sweet, y'all. They're just the sweetest people in the world. And they have these two little boys that they're adopting. They're twins. And they're so cute. Complete opposites.
And that's Judy's
But adorable.
grandchildren?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Judy's grandchildren. And we just had a really good time. And she posted some pictures, and I'm going to see if I can get those posted over here on this page so that all of y'all can see them, because we had a wonderful time.
Sorry, Lisa and Judy, I didn't get to come, but that was just one of them days that I just I can't stay up all day. I go on and I do these lives, but then I can rest. And I can't, it's hard for me because I still am dizzy. But I'm just trying to manage. I'm going to show y'all how much grease if I had mixed that. See how much grease that was? I wasn't about to put that in my stuffing. So I'm not, that is going
Yeah.
I'm going to discard that. And she
Nice.
probably intended to, probably didn't, but it was just, it wasn't said. It said to mix it together. So anyway, so all of this is done. Now, let me see here. I want 2 tablespoons of sage. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of sage in here.
I asked them if they liked board games, card games, and then Judy sent me back a video of them playing my favorite, which is Sequence, and because it's a board game with cards, and they were laughing and cutting up, and I loved it. So we're gonna get together again, and
Good.
we're gonna have a game night.
Good. All right, I am putting a teaspoon of garlic salt. Now, I know that's not much, but I'm not through telling you what else I'm putting in here, and so I don't want to overpower it. She didn't put how much garlic salt to put, and I don't want this too salty. So I'm just putting a teaspoon, and it's already got hot sausage in it, pan sausage, so I'm only going to put a teaspoon of black pepper. I spilled a little bit of it. Okay. So I'm going to mix all this up.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I got all that stirred up, all my seasonings. The recipe called for turkey broth, you know, when you cook your turkey, you use all that drippings and that spices and that liquid. That's what you're supposed to add in this. I'm not cooking a turkey, so I put on the on the members page to use onion soup mix and put it in your chicken broth. But apparently I had some boxes of onion soup mix, and one of them was outdated, so I didn't want to use it. So I made my own broth. Let me give you that skillet. I put 6 cups of water and 6 teaspoons of chicken base, and that's what we use all the time that you can buy it at Sam's, or you can buy the better than chicken bouillon.
Yes.
From Walmart. Anyway, I made 6 cups of broth, and in this 6 cups of broth, I boiled the water. Then I added my base, and then I added, that's ground ginger. I didn't.
Oops.
I put a half a teaspoon of celery salt in this broth. I put a half a teaspoon of herb and onion. I put a half a teaspoon of onion powder and a half a teaspoon of oregano. And a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. In the broth, I was seasoning my broth. So whatever seasons you want, put it in your broth. That's just going to season your dressing. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off. And let's see here. Hand me the pan now, if you don't mind, Carla. I'm fixing to mix all this together. I'll move the camera. We're going to, I better get I need to turn the oven on. 350. Preheat your oven to 350. I may need your help here.
Okay. You want me to hold that?
Yes, I can hold it if you'll put it in there. Glad I had it in the bowl. And I will go over what all this is. Okay.
Stir it up.
Yeah.
Steaming up my glasses. Oh, this smells so good. Wish I could just smell that.
She said when she came in, she said, I don't know what you're cooking, but it sure does smell good.
It did. It smelled delicious. It smelled like Thanksgiving in this place. Mom wanted to be there so bad this weekend. I know Aunt Linda did too. It was...
I don't usually use this, but it called for it. It's the herb seasoning classic
This looks
stuffing.
so pretty.
All right, and then it says a package in the recipe, so it doesn't say how much. This is not a full package. This is 12 ounces. On the members page, I put 12 ounces, but I have taken 2 cups out of this. So I'm going to go ahead and put all of it, which is probably about 11 ounces. No, it's probably 10 ounces. Probably 10 ounces.
I heard something funny.
What?
Someone was making a little funny meme or TikTok or something, I'm not sure. And it said, I am the crouton of people. Seasoned, fried, and hard to stab, even though you want to.
All right, now this is my broth that I told you I seasoned. And this is 6 cups. I'm going to let you go ahead and stir it up. The recipe says you don't want it, you want it wet, but you don't want it liquidly, like I do my dressing. Let's see. I didn't know how much broth to make, so I'll let y'all know. I think it needs a little more in it. I want that cornbread, because that cornbread, especially them seasons that I put in there, it will...
Golly, this is a lot of food.
I know, that's why I got out several pans.
I feel like I'm back at the school cooking for the kids. I worked in the cafeteria, the school cafeteria for about 3 years, and we made huge servings every day, feeding 800 of the middle school kids.
I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of this cornbread. So it's a whole pan of cornbread. Might as well make a big pan. Several pans. Because I got some more broth there to put in here. Just crumble it up. So this is a whole pan of cornbread, 10-inch pan. And I cook my cornbread in a cast iron skillet. Yeah, I want to make enough that Carla can take some home with her. You bake it in a 350 oven for 45 minutes. Okay, now I'm going to pour the rest of my broth in there.
Well, I'm glad I've been doing my workouts. This takes some
It
muscles.
does.
I have some muscles to stir this kind of food.
So if you want to half this recipe, I come close to just putting a half of each one of those packages of sausage. But you know what? This may turn out to be pretty good. I hope so.
It smells so good.
Okay, so I'm gonna put the rest. I'm gonna
Okay.
put the rest of it in there. So that was 6 cups.
Put the rest in there, Mama.
Yeah. I don't want it to be dry.
So have you started getting in the Christmas spirit yet?
I have.
Have you?
Yeah, I am.
How do
I'm
you
getting
know? How do you know when you're in the Christmas spirit? When you're getting, so what makes you feel like you're in the Christmas spirit? Tell me.
I'm getting excited to get all my Christmas stuff out
Yeah.
and start decorating. That's what makes me get in the spirit.
Yeah.
And
She
two,
loves decorating.
Yeah.
Almost as much as she loves feeding people.
Yeah. I love to decorate. I'm not going to do as much as what I used to do. And two, another thing that gets me in the Christmas music is whenever they start having Black Friday sales.
Ooh, she loves shopping.
So
That has to be.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You want me to get the camera a little closer to you so they can see? Y'all can see. It's wet, y'all. It's not thin like I make my dressing. But
Number 3, like feeding people, I'd say would be number 1. Well, loving people, and that's how she shows people she loves them. She feeds them.
Okay, now where's those pans you gonna take home with you?
And then I think shopping. I think shopping
Yeah.
comes before even decorating. Really, she loves shopping,
It does.
and then decorating. That's my mama.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I think I'm gonna do in a smaller pan than this because we don't need that much.
Ooh, this smells so good.
I'm gonna do this. This is like
I
an 8
love
by
those
8.
pans.
Yeah.
They come in different shapes and
Yeah.
sizes, squares, and Pampered Chef.
So I'm gonna do
They're
an 8 by 8.
so nice.
And then I'm gonna make 2 pans for Carla. Okay. So let's put it in there. I think it's wet enough. I can let y'all know. We'll find out. I don't want it to be dry, but I'm doing what the recipe says, so. It seems dry to me, but it's not. It's wet, but I'm just used to my dressing.
Being real moist.
Yeah.
She makes the best dressing. She really does.
I like my cornbread dressing.
I have used that recipe. My daughters are using that recipe. I have no doubt Kinley will be using that recipe.
You might want to take one of these for y'all and one to Mindy. I don't know. Y'all may want it all. She's going to take 2 pans.
You know the best cranberry sauce I've ever ate was
Aunt Linda?
Judy.
Oh, Judy.
Well,
Oh.
Aunt Linda makes really good
Right.
one too.
Yeah.
I don't know that. We've made that recipe.
Yeah, Linda.
She's done that
Yeah,
on here.
yeah.
It's probably one of these videos.
Right.
Linda Harris. Oh my goodness, you would not. I don't like spicy foods. I'm the weirdo in this family because all my kids and my Aunt Linda, and my sister love spicy hot food. Not me. I don't even care for spicy ketchup. But this cranberry sauce was homemade.
Yeah.
Had a jalapeno in it, and you couldn't tell it. I mean, it had
Yeah.
a little bit of flavor, but
Yeah.
I didn't taste jalapeno in it, and
Yeah.
it has jalapeno in it. I couldn't believe it. It is really good. That recipe, and then her recipe for a pineapple casserole. That was
Okay.
hit.
All right. I don't think that's enough for the big pan, But I'm going to put it in a big pan.
Okay.
It's making a lot of dressing, y'all, which I knew it would. I wanted to make it in separate pans, though, so that, yeah, I should have got another 8x8 pan. But that's all right. I can't cook all this in the oven at the same time. But I'm going to freeze some of it. Thank you, Carla.
You're welcome.
This is probably another 8x8. And I should have just went ahead. You know what? I will put it in here, but off camera, I'm going to put this in another 8x8. I'm going to put a little bit more in this one, so it'll be a little bit thicker. I'll just wash that 9x13. I don't want it's too thin. Dressing, you don't want a thin layer of dressing because it'll dry out. So, all right. I'll put this in another 8x8.
Okay.
But right now, I can get all of this in the oven at the same time.
Did you need full on it?
Yes, I do. Thank you. I told you, remind me.
I remembered.
I said, Carla, don't let me forget to put foil over this dressing. That will help it from drying out. Pass this pan. Pass this. Y'all ever do that? Lay it on the counter. Pack it. I'm also going to put these. I'm going to put these little pans, these little thin aluminum pans like this, I'm going to put on a cookie sheet because they're thin and I don't want it to get too hot on the bottom.
She was asking, no need to grease your pans?
Nope. It didn't say to grease them. That was another thing. I know I normally would, but this has got a cup and a half of butter and a third a cup of oil in it. If you grease them pans, that's going to be that much more oil in there. So, I'm going to get a pan out. Telling me I might be entitled to something. Those cards that they're giving out. See, I put these two in these aluminum pans. I put on a cookie sheet, a small one, because these aluminum pans are thin, and I didn't want it to form a thick crust on the bottom. Okay. Let me get these in here, and then I'll tell y'all, give y'all the ingredients. Okay, we'll just set this aside. I'll have to put this in the oven after.
I'll get that recipe from my friend Linda Harris, and it's the pineapple. I think it might be different than the pineapple casserole. I'm sure there's several different kinds of
that pineapple casserole.
Yes.
You know, I made one on camera.
She did.
Yeah.
She did, and it
Last
was delicious too. Well, it's just a little different. I don't think this one. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. This one was a little different, and I'll get it from her, and then I'll get with her. We'll go shopping and see if we can't put that on there for y'all, and the cranberry recipe too.
Y'all seen how much it's made. So if you have it, you should get a 9x13 inch pan. Okay, this is what I fixed today. I used 1.5 cups of butter, which that's 3 sticks, a third a cup of olive oil, and then I did my celery different, but if you want to go by the recipe, it's 1.5 cups of chopped celery and 1.5 cups of chopped onions. And saute that in your butter and your oil. Then you make you use 1 pound of mild Italian sausage, 1 pound of hot sausage, this is pan sausage, and 1 pound of sage pan sausage, and 1 pound of smoked skinless sausage. And then I did not put any oil or butter in the meat. I just warmed it and cooked. Well, actually, I didn't warm it. I cooked it. I cooked it all together It takes about 15-20 minutes to cook that sausage, or just however you do your temperature. You cook the sausage first, then you use make a pan of cornbread. I made a 10-inch cast iron skillet of cornbread, and I used the whole pan. And then I used about 10 ounces of this herb stuffing mix. Now in the sausage, once your sauce, use 2 pans to saute your onions and your celery. You do that in one pan. You don't do that with your sausage. You cook your sausage separate. You could use one pan, but you would have to take all your sausages out, because it's probably 3/4 a cup of oil or grease that came out of that sausage. I did not want that in my cornbread, in my dressing. Now, this recipe that I'm using did not tell me to do that. So I don't know if they were using all that oil or not. I don't know. Because in the recipe, it calls for 4 cups of broth. Turkey drippings and broth. But I put 6 cups. So I'm thinking they might have used all that oil, because that would help moisten the cornbread. But I didn't want that. So I used 6 cups of broth. And broth, I used the bouillon. You can use any kind of broth you want, chicken broth or turkey broth. I seasoned up my broth. I added a little bit more sage, onion powder, garlic powder. What else did I put in that? Onion powder, sage, oregano. I just seasoned up my broth a little bit more, simply because the recipe called for turkey broth, and from your drippings from your turkey. And then I put 2 tablespoons of sage and 1/4 teaspoon of garlic salt, and a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. I put that in with my sausages and my butter and all whenever the sausage, I already had the sausage done. So I just incorporated those extra spices, and it already has sage sausage in there, so it's going to have a sage taste. If you don't like sage sausage, just use plain regular sausage. Okay, and then I just crumbled up my cornbread, put my meat mixture with my onions and my celery, put that in there, and then I added the broth. And you don't want it to be, she says, you don't want it to be a mixture should be moistened, but not too wet. So I did it the way she says, so hopefully my dressing won't be dry. The stuffing, it's called stuffing. I've never made a stuffing before. Never cooked sausage stuffing before, but it might be good. It won't take the place of my cornbread dressing, but it will be something different. Then you put it in your containers, and like I said, if you half this, you will get a 9 by 13 inch pan. And cover it with foil, and have your oven already preheated to 350, and you bake it for 45 minutes. And I forgot to put the timer on. I'll put 40. And I will come back on when I get it out of the oven and show you what it looks like. And also be tasted it. People are trying to get in on the last minute of this Medicare, changing insurance. I've done told so many of them that I wasn't changing, but they all, it's everybody's
persistent, aren't they?
Everybody's trying to work, and I understand that. That's a job to them, and I don't want to be rude to them. But after I've told so many, and I've asked them to take me off the list, they're not going to do it because it's their job, you know. I understand that, so I'll just continue to hang up on them. That's the only thing I know to do. Because I'm not changing. I don't have the Medicare Advantage plan. I'm not going to change. I have a supplement and Medicare. And I don't have to pay. I have got the best insurance. So I'll pay a high price every month. But it's worth it to know that you can go anywhere, any hospital, any doctor. And they take me right back, and I get good service. Because I have been told I've never had Advantage Plan, but I've been told you make a high co-payment every time you go to the doctor. When you go to the hospital, it's a high co-payment. I've heard some bad things about it, so I'd just rather be prepared and not have to worry about it. So anyway, that's my rant for today. Anyway, Carla, did anybody have any questions?
They're asking how you like that Pepperidge Farm herb bread. She says she gets a big bag and she cubes it. Do you like Pepperidge Farm, the bread?
I used to, years ago. I did mix that with my dressing. I don't know if you remember it or not, but I used to mix that in with my cornbread dressing. It's good. This is the two things that's different about it. It adds a lot more herbs than what just regular my cornbread dressing does. And it also makes the dressing a darker color. I don't know if you've never noticed it or not, but my cornbread dressing is a lighter yellow looking color. You put that Pepperidge with it because of all the spices. It's a kind of a brown. It kind of turns it brown. It's good. It's got a lot more spices in it than what I put in my cornbread dressing. So sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But it's not bad. It doesn't taste bad. You make your own croutons if you want to, or just use croutons. It's whatever you like and your family likes. I made. I was gonna show them this, Carla. I didn't do this on camera yesterday.
She's been baking. They got a bazaar going on this weekend. The church.
It is. It's Thursday. Now, I did not go live doing this because I kind of felt bad yesterday. Hand me a pound of them rolls. Hand me that rolls. I started out, I've been making some sourdough starter. And I've got it made, but I did make a mistake with it. I'm making sourdough bread, some rolls.
I bet they're good too.
Well, they're not as good as what I'm not making them on air until I get them perfected. So that I started off doing that yesterday. I've got to learn I cannot do but one thing a day. I started out making them rolls, and when it got time to put my bread in the oven, I needed my rolls in there. So I didn't let them rise like they're supposed to. Anyway, I will do one thing at a time. That's why I did not do this on camera yesterday. I will make this on video one day. I didn't know how it's going to turn out. It's called a hummingbird bread. It's,
oh my God, delicious.
I made 2 of these. Matter of fact, I made 2 and then a little small one because I wanted the taste of it. And this is what it is. It's delicious. This is a banana nut bread with pineapple in it.
Oh, so good.
I can tell you what the difference is. And to me, a hummingbird cake and this is the hummingbird cake takes more sugar. This is bread. I
would like this better.
This is not.
I'm not a big sweet.
Well, that's what made me not like it as much. It is not sweet.
I don't even want to taste it because that's dangerous. I'm on a diet.
It is not sweet. It's like a banana nut bread, and I made 2 of them. Now I will tell you, I'm not doing it now because I don't want to put it on here now. But Thursday, I'm gonna put a cream cheese frosting and pecans on top. So I'm gonna put these in the refrigerator. I'm gonna be baking a lot for the next 2 days. Today's Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, the next 2 days I am going to be making. I'm gonna make a poppy seed cake. I will make that on camera, the poppy seed cake, and I'm gonna make those coconut cakes with pineapple. I will do my best to dedicate the next 2 days of videoing and showing y'all what I'm baking, but I'm only going to do one at a time. Thursday will be dedicated to dressing these cakes. I'll have 2 of these. I'll have the poppy seed cake, and I'll have the 2 coconut cakes, and I'm also making a sourdough chocolate cake. I've never made that, so I'm gonna put that in a bundt cake. I will be baking tomorrow. Well, I'm gonna do one thing at a time, but I will make more than one tomorrow. And I'll try. I don't want to bore y'all out, but I'll probably be on more than one time. Linda will be on at 10 o'clock. Linda will. my sister.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Linda will be on at 10 o'clock. So I'm not interrupting that. I may have to come on early and late, but I won't interrupt Linda's Pinky Mall's time. So, anyway, we're gearing up for our bazaar, and I will give y'all more information about that. It is this Friday, the 22nd, in Kilgore, Texas, at the First Pentecostal Church of Kilgore. And and yes, the church is selling cookbooks. I will give y'all the website. I keep forgetting to write that down. Our church has a website, and it's going to be set up where you can pay for your cookbook on the website. I will give you the instructions, the website to go to buy the cookbook, and I will give you the address if you need to send a check. So I will we'll figure it out, but we'll let you know. Pinky Malls can't take care of it because we can't combine it between the church and our page. So I'm trying to keep it separate, but we will give you a chance to order the church cookbook if you want to. It's a good deal, and it has some great recipes in it. So I guess anything else do we need to talk about?
Someone was just asking a question, if I can remember it. Hummingbird bread. Is
Hummingbird
that
bread
on the members' recipe?
It is not on the page yet, but I will.
She usually does the ones that she's doing on air.
Right.
Will be on the page.
Members page.
And when she feels this is perfected, she'll do this on air, and that's the week it'll show on the page.
The membership page is the recipes that we do on air. But I will do one of these because it is a good recipe. It's just not sweet like a hummingbird cake, because it's not a cake. But I'll do one on video. I'll probably do it for Christmas. I'll probably do one for Christmas. But I won't do one for Thanksgiving because these two are going to the church to sell. Our doors will open at the church at 10:30. If there's anybody locally or anybody that's coming from out of town, you need to be there before 10:30. The parking lot is full, and they're lined up to get in because we have a lot of merchandise. I mean, we've got gift bags to sell this time. It's crafts and baked goods. We got lots of food. You can stay and eat and dine in with us. We have homemade chicken and dumplings, and we'll have vegetable beef soup. And you can buy a meal. It's $10. The meal is $10. And it includes, if you're dining in, you have tea and a choice of dumplings or vegetable beef, and you get cornbread or crackers and a dessert, all for $10. If you get a meal to go, we're not doing to go tea containers. We give you a bottle of water. So that's the only difference. It's the same price. So we're looking forward to it. It's always a big deal. Brother Shaw, he's been selling things before it ever starts. It's like a little competition with him to see how much he can raise. He's done raised. He said he liked $250 from him selling $2,000 worth.
Wow.
Brother Shaw, he's a hustler.
He's a go-getter.
He's a go-getter. Anyway.
I got a question from one of the followers. I've been trying to follow along.
Okay.
She wants to know about sourdough starter. If you could show the viewers how you create a sourdough starter.
I am going to show y'all that, but I got to get it perfected first. I did it, and I made a big mistake, and I knew when I did it. So I'm perfecting it. I put twice as much yeast in it, and man, I had starter going out of that
volcano.
A jar this tall. I put
something like.
It started rising up. I marked it on the side of the jar.
That would have been a good video. I would like to see.
I marked it on the side of the jar where it was at when I filled it up. And I mean, it was not 30 minutes. I looked and it had gone up this far. I knew then. I said, I've got to put I empty some of that into another container. I empty some in the other container, and then I had to get another container. I had 3 containers of starter. I will start a brand new one. If this works, it's a very easy starter. But I'm gonna perfect it before I show y'all. But I will let y'all. I'll let y'all know.
I have something to say to a person that's watching. His name is Stephen Morrison. I normally work over there behind the scenes, and I would be talking to you personally over there. People don't like it when you harass them for friend request. So I'm going to ask you nicely to not do that anymore and just stick around and watch the content. You can make comments to other people, but just randomly requesting their friend is not enjoyable. It's distracting, and I will block you. Yeah. So I'm telling you,
it's harassment.
I'm telling you now, just go ahead and stop doing that, and I will leave you alone. And don't stop, and I'm gonna block you. So, okay. And I want to say to everyone how much we thoroughly appreciate you watching and commenting. Your engagements are so very appreciated. I feel like that they have the best followers of anyone out there. They may not be the biggest. They may not have been on there the longest. They're definitely not the richest, but they have a content that continually attracts people because of their genuine goodness. These are really good people.
We're just ourselves.
And they are. And that's the whole, if you would call it a brand, what makes them unique is that it's live. If there's a mistake, you're going to see it. It's not edited out. That takes confidence, y'all. I've done very little, teeny tiny bits of videos, and it is so scary because it's like toothpaste. When you squeeze that stuff out, it ain't going back in. And that's the way it is with live content. Yeah. It's you squeezing the toothpaste tube. It's out there. And they do it. They do it regularly, consistently, and the amount of work that goes into this, you really don't know. You can't know. It's an enormous amount of energy and time and effort and money to keep it all going. It's really a business, and it supports their family. It supports them. And the membership that is offered. Yes.
Where's the cook?
Yes.
That's what it does.
Exactly. So if you're thinking about a way that you can show your appreciation for what they do, I'm going to tell you. You can go on their website. I posted it in those comments. It's PinkyMossKitchen.com. And they have merchandise there. Christmas is coming, and I know all y'all going to be buying some Christmas presents for your family and people that you care about. And you can buy them some aprons. We have them red ones, it's Christmas. The fall ones, it's orange. The white ones and pink ones. We have children's sizes in red. Mm-hmm. We have 2 cookbooks. One of them is out of print, isn't it?
One of our old ones.
So you can't get the older one now. You can just get the sisters, the pink one, the Pinky Moss Sisters in the Kitchen. It's excellent. And that's it for the merchandise at the moment.
We got t-shirts.
We've got some t-shirts. If you like t-shirts, we got some of those left. But the recipe subscription service, that's the easiest way. If more people would get on there and subscribe to that, it's supporting them. It's keeping them going. Because without that support, they don't. It stops. And
I'm learning more about the website too. So when y'all have a problem, I'm learning how to solve it.
There you go.
So that would be a little bit easier for y'all now, because I know little Linda showed me, and so I know how to manage the website a lot more. So love y'all so much. Thank y'all. If some of you don't join us again for the rest of the week, I hope that y'all have a happy Thanksgiving. Some of you may be traveling and not. We will be on next week, Linda and I both. But in case that you don't join us again, just be safe, enjoy your family, and don't forget to count your blessings. We love y'all. We'll be back when this stuffing comes out of the oven and test it in front of y'all. Thank you, Sandy. Love
Yay.
y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.